Welcome back to Coffee and Candor. This is Brandy
and Amber
and Chris
and Ross.
All right, we're starting with a little bit of a heavy sad. There was a really sad, awful thing that happened in Fayetteville last night. Which Fayetteville's like one of the other major towns in Arkansas, and it's a great place. I love it.
College town.
Yeah.
Well, it's only a major city because there's a college there.
Well, right, but it's
not like Little Rock or North Little Rock where there's actual industry.
Oh no, there is.
In Fayetteville?
Yeah.
The fuck's in Fayetteville?
Fayetteville's a bustling place. Look it up sometime. There's all kinds of shit.
I'm gonna have to.
Well, you know, Fayetteville.
That whole region.
Well, I think it's bustling because of the college.
Yeah, that's
but
what I was
it's brought
saying.
up. But like Fayetteville, Bentonville, Springdale, they all kind of make.
Springdale is the home of Tyson Chicken.
Bentonville is the home of Walmart.
Right.
Yeah,
so there's a lot of industry there. I mean, major acts come to that Walmart arena.
A new Arkansas Children's Hospital up there.
Yeah.
Oh shit. Okay. Well,
like a full-fledged hospital.
But anyway, it's a really cool place. It's one of my favorite places in the world. A friend of ours is he was a fire captain, but
he's now a fire marshal
there, and his wife actually works in dispatch at the police station. She was on shift when this happened.
Oh shit.
Yeah, Chaz's wife.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, last night at the like downtown, so like really where you'd think you'd be safe. This cop was waiting at his patrol car, just standing there, and somebody came up and just executed him, just shot him straight in the head. And that makes me sick. It hurts my heart. But something ain't right about that.
Yeah, they said several police officers were inside when it happened, and they chased the suspect.
And they killed him.
Killed him in a nearby alley, and says it appears the suspect executed my officer, the Fayetteville Police Chief, Mike Reynolds.
And you're like, I'm glad they killed the motherfucker because he needed to kill him.
Yeah, but I'd like to know why.
But I wish they'd have said, hey, why'd you do that? And then killed it. Because now we'll never know why he did that. But I can't help but think this had to be some suicide by cop kind of thing. You had to know at this main police station.
I don't know. I mean, usually they do something where a lot of cops come to them. I'm wondering if maybe... Yeah, this cop had arrested him before for something.
Had like a personal vendetta with that guy.
Well, fuck you, I'm gonna kill you.
Oh my god. It's so sickening.
Well, if it was suicide by cop, he wouldn't have ran.
But I just can't understand, how did he think he'd get away with it? At the main station, at shift change, there were cops everywhere. I mean, okay, if he wasn't suicide by cop, he was a stupid motherfucker, okay?
Oh, I'll go with that, yeah.
Because there's just no scenario where he can think, unless he thought he was some sort of I'm Jean-Claude Van Damme, that he...
Well, but here's the thing. There has been so much, and you see it all over the news, so much anti-cop sentiment,
yeah,
especially by people in power.
Hold on. I'm trying to think about... There's a thing... There's like an abbreviation that I didn't know what it meant, and I looked it up. And it means all cops are bastards.
Really? I've never heard that.
Would it be ACAB?
Mm-hmm. It means all cops are bastards.
Wow.
I saw somebody type it, in a group, not like somebody I know personally, because that would have gotten them. But I was in a tea group or a debate group or something, and I saw that, and I was like, what the fuck is that? That's what it means.
Yeah, all cops are bastards till that cocksucker needs a cop.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'll be the first to admit that I know there are dirty cops out there. We see them every day.
Yeah, but there are corrupt people in every sector.
That's what I was trying to say.
Every business.
And it's just like anything else. The bad ones are the ones that get the publicity, the loud ones, the ignorant ones.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
The good cops that risk their lives and just do what's right every day. We don't hear about them because they're just doing their job.
But those are the ones that are getting targeted.
That's why it pisses me off that North Little Rock made Officer Norman stop
because he was such a positive, and I know.
And
why.
I'm not going to say a whole lot about that, but I believe some other officers complained.
Somebody had a beef
because he was doing it on clock.
But there's nothing he could have done on the job that it would have been more valuable.
Yeah, it may have been on the clock, but that gave not only him but the entire
I get that.
North Little Rock Police Department very good light.
And by association, Central Arkansas. I mean, and that was national.
And when you're in a service industry, which police.
That's the name of the game.
Public relations is your number one tool. Period. Mm-hmm. It doesn't matter how many bullets you have. It doesn't matter how many officers you have.
If the community is against you.
If you have a good PR, you can have less cops because you don't need them. You can have less incidents because people are going to act cooler because you've got a rapport with them. Mm-hmm. That's how public relations works.
Well, and not only that, he was such a and I'm not saying was as in he stopped doing it. We don't get to hear about it anymore, which I really enjoyed. I'm sure he's still doing it, but he was such a. He had such a bond with some of those kids that not only, first of all...
And that makes a huge influence on the kids when they grow up.
Right. Like, not only right now, if something like somebody tries to target those kids or, because bad shit happens to kids every day. Those kids have somebody in power and that they can trust. Those kids are a lot less likely to be victimized because of that relationship. Plus, because of that relationship, they're a lot less likely to grow up to be victimizers and offenders. And it's just, I don't understand how anybody could not see the value of that. And like,
you know what it is? Some fucking cop, some crusty bastard is probably who it was, that they didn't think of it, before him, or he didn't invite other people to be in his videos, and now we've got to cry.
He sees all these good videos, and while we're out there working, risking our lives, he's over here playing with kids. That's all they see.
He's over there changing lives, and like, you could have done that too.
And I mean, he really was, because you can tell the areas that he worked. The general
we
public
keep saying was and all that. He still is.
He's still doing it. It's just
we're talking about the videos that used to be online.
It's not as out there.
I just want to make sure everybody.
Because he was on like the Today Show, Good Morning America, Ellen. He had gotten a lot of national press.
We saw him a few months ago. We were in North Little Rock. Went to Galaxy to look for something.
Yeah.
And he had gone over to I don't know if it was a bank or something on the corner. First thing when they opened up, so I don't know if it was some normal whatever. Then he got a call and ran back to he parked right behind us, ran back to his car and took off. I was like, that was Officer Norman.
Yeah, I mean, like Ross, through working for the city, knows him personally, and he's a good guy. And,
and I just want to say, too, he's not the only one out there. There's another officer with North Little Rock PD, Rick Beeston, who is doing a podcast.
Oh, cool.
Called On the Street with the NLRPD. If anybody's interested,
cool. I'd like to check that out.
Look for it and give a listen.
And we'll be sending them a $10,000 invoice for that.
He interviews different officers. He interviewed Shelby Hunter, who's actually the director of the PAL program in North Little Rock, too. So they do a lot of work
PAL.
with Police Athletic League.
Right, but I mean,
they do a lot of work with kids. So.
That's awesome. And I mean, again, yes, there are bad cops, but I know a lot of cops personally, and I know a lot of good cops. And things like ACAB is so dangerous and destructive. First of all, anytime you generalize anybody, you like just paint with a broad brush like that, you're doing more harm than good. And especially, if you don't think cops are necessary and cops should be...
if you don't think cops are necessary, then try this. Next time you need one, don't call them.
Yeah.
And see how well that works out.
And for that matter, firefighters, too. Next time your house is on fire, don't call
all
them.
All those people that risk their lives for us. And I mean... I lost my train of thought, but... They're willing to do jobs that most of us can't do, won't do, and I believe that they should be held to a higher standard of
morality and ethics. Definitely.
Yeah, I definitely, because they are put on a pedestal, and they are, So yes, I do believe it. I feel the same thing about teachers. Teachers should deserve a lot more respect than they get, but for that they should be held up to a higher standard, not as high as some of the stuff. I mean, some of the stuff is bullshit. They get to have personal lives, but I mean,
I think judges should too.
Judges, judges, district attorney, people like that have a position of trust in our society, of course. And I think there should be real punishment when they betray those positions of trust. Definitely. Absolutely, but I just don't like to see anybody painted with that broad brush that anybody... When you say all blank are blank, you're always wrong.
Yeah.
Every time. And you know, you can say, well, why do we hear about it so much? Well, we hear about it so much because everybody's
That's all you hear about is that part of it.
everybody's got a
Instant social media.
right. Everybody's got a video camera in their pocket, but we don't hear about the people that do right every day because they're just doing what they're supposed to do. And that, I mean, that's unfortunate, but I understand that's just the way the world works. That's why, you know, when someone does something like the South, I know the South still has problems, but we're not the backward place that a lot of people think we are. It's just because those people that are still so backward are so fucking loud. The idiots are
And if a
always
news camera
allowed.
comes out there, the first ones
That's
to
the
go
first
kill
one
them.
they're
like,
gonna
oh,
find.
Lord! Let me take out my teeth and let's
I thought
go.
we'd be killed or even worse.
Y'all, I can't say nothing because I was on the camera with my bra flopping behind me in the tree. I mean, I still had one of my titties, okay? But the one in my drawer was hanging in the tree.
Like, can you move the camera angle, please?
No, I asked them to and they wouldn't.
It's like, no, we gotta get that
like,
wrong.
That was pretty much,
Yeah.
You know what else happened this week? And this is, I don't know that in my lifetime I've ever heard of this happening 2 times in 1 week.
That's
there were
insane.
2
Yeah.
shootings on military bases this week.
Both of them were naval bases, weren't they?
Well, no, Pearl Harbor is actually a joint base, but
Okay.
Okay, but
Yeah.
still, I mean,
People think of
yeah, it's joint base Pearl Harbor Hickam. But that was a Navy sailor went over to a civilian area and shot some people and then killed himself.
It's hard to see something like that happen. Wouldn't it back to back?
just like
No,
two,
it was
like,
like
a day.
It's
Yeah.
like 2 days apart.
and then
It's so hard to hear something like that happen so close together and not think it's related somehow.
Like
Well,
some trigger or
Yeah.
They now
I
know
don't
more
but
about the second one.
The one in Pensacola was coordinated because it was a Saudi pilot.
He
I
was
know they
Saudi
arrested, like,
military
5
officer.
more.
Yeah.
Yeah, they arrested 6 more because he went and shot whoever he shot, and there were 3 or 4 of them that were videotaping it while he did it.
That's gross.
What was that, a training video to take back home?
Probably.
I don't have any idea, but
Or a hype video?
I don't know, but
God.
That literally makes me want to vomit.
You know,
yeah, but here's the thing. That is in fact terrorism, and
Oh, yeah.
I don't understand how he passed all the safety things that are in place to get over
Who knows,
here.
who
and
knows
do that.
what they are?
you don't
So,
understand
that's-
how lenient the shit is for foreign pilots to come over here and train.
Well, and beyond that,
Because we have to provide, we have to maintain a certain relationship with foreign governments, and that's part of the deal. Little Rock Air Force Base is the largest C-130 training base in the world.
That I know.
There are pilots from every single country that has C-130s that
And I
come there and
understand
train.
that, but you think you wouldn't think it'd be so lenient. You're like, oh no, just whoever, just bring
You
them
think
on
they'd
over.
really do
well,
a deep
but
dive on them?
here's
Yeah.
the deal. He was a Saudi military officer, right? So he's all legal with the Saudi military.
They expect,
We
they
are
expect
supposedly-
U.S. military members to salute those fuckers too. By the way,
Oh, wow.
No,
yeah. Oh, we had to in tech school, or we'd have gotten
I
got
don't.
written up.
Wait a minute. Explain that to me because I thought. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I'll bring up the salute later.
Saudi is
I'm a-
supposedly
yes.
our friends, but yet every time something happens, Saudi nationals are involved.
I don't understand
Maybe
why-
we
I
need to
don't think
wake the
Saudis
hell
are
up and pay
friends.
attention.
Well,
no,
no,
but
they're
they're
not.
supposed to be our
Allies, whatever.
allies and all this other
I don't.
bullshit.
Being an ally implies some quid pro quo, some
right,
reciprocation.
give and take.
But
Yeah,
here's
the
what
only
here's
quid
what the
pro quo
fuck
is we're
happens.
giving them shit.
Here's what the fuck happens. They're one of the richest nations on the
I
planet,
know.
and we give them money.
I know.
Which
And-
makes no sense.
And we provide them protection.
Yeah, I know.
Well, yeah. 'Cause
And
we
I-
have
But
oil.
again, anytime something happens
And we don't
like
even
this,
need their goddamn oil. We have our own.
9/11. Like 17 of those guys were Saudi nationals.
Yeah, but Saudi.
mean,
but
hello?
but I've seen compelling evidence that
Well,
Israel
Yeah, we
was
know.
actually behind that.
But,
oh wow, yeah, we know. Shut up.
Well, because I'm trying to stay on this topic. I don't care
because we don't ever squirrel.
What fucking military they're in? You would still think that if they're coming to the U.S., the U.S. would have to be some kind of
vetted here.
Well, and I'm sure they somehow vet them, but at the same time, you're looking at a country.
Here's the vetting
that's supposed to be an ally, and they're saying this guy's good.
That's exactly what happens. If